What dark facts about World War II people should know about? Japanese officers would test their swords on captured American airmen. A veteran I knew personally wrote about some friends who went missing after their B-25 was shot down on a strafing mission. Later, it was revealed they were used as bayonet practice after capture. When they learned their fate, they asked to be shot instead. Each man was bayoneted by a member of the Japanese infantry squad, for a total around 25 times. Other men were beheaded. Japan performed horrific scientific experimentation on humans that killed roughly 250,000 in Manchuria. Dr. Gisela Perl, a Hungarian gynecologist, was in Bergen-Belsen camp. She performed abortions with her bare hands in order to save their mothers' lives, because she knew Dr. Josef Mengele loved to experiment on pregnant women. Something you never hear about is what happened to displaced persons, or DP. Over 40 million people couldn't go back to where they originally lived. A lot of people were prevented from going back. A lot didn't want to go back. It's a fascinating story that doesn't get much coverage. There is an article on Wikipedia. Oil is still leaking from the oil bunkers of the USS Arizona at Pearl Harbor to this day. The January 31, 1945 sinking of the German ship the MV Wilhelm Gustloff. The total casualties are unknown but are estimated at over 9,000, making it by far the worst maritime disaster in modern history. A dozen Nazi department heads got together at a chateau to iron out the details of the Holocaust. It took less than 2 hours. A movie was made about it called Conspiracy. United States Senator from Minnesota, Ernest Lundeen, collaborated with the Nazis and used his office to push Nazi propaganda through official channels. An agent from Hitler's government even wrote some of his speeches. The existence of Unit 731 and a lot of the other atrocities committed by Japan. It's a common answer on Reddit, but outside of our little echo chamber, most people are still totally unaware of just how horrific a lot of what Japan did was. A lot of what Japan did during World War II was every bit as bad as what the Nazis did, and in some instances one could even argue that what they did was worse. The number of Nazi officials that came over to work with Allen Dulles and the CIA as the war was ending, thereby avoiding any consequences for their actions. The world's nations didn't want their Jews back, they had already moved into their houses and businesses after all. The murder of Jews continued well after World War II ended and Germany fell. This is one of the biggest factors leading to 40% of Israel's Jews having European ancestry. During the Winter War, the Finns put up dead Russian soldiers with sticks as a psychological weapon. A type of scarecrow, or I suppose scare red, patent pending. Firebombing of Tokyo March 9, 1945 was the most destructive bombing raid in human history. WW2 are the only reasons we know about the stages of hypothermia. Despite popular belief, half of WW2 was fought at night. Croatia made people into soap and other stuff that even Germany said, "Come the FCK down."